If you want to consider a VR headset for sim racing, you really need to watch this video, because I will show you some video footage on how it's gonna look depending on your graphics card. Now, I'm using Assetto Corsa Competizione as an example because I have the most experience in this. I've been doing this VR racing already for a very long time. I still stick with this one because it gives me the best picture. I also need to warn you, I am super picky when it goes to picture quality. I really go for the sweet, juicy details and then shadows and everything. Let's go. Have you ever wondered how VR picture actually looks like when you put on the headset? The current GPU I am running is a 4090, and with this headset that I need to replace soon, I can run a really sweet picture. Now let me tell you, I am not even bottlenecking this headset yet in Assetto Corsa Competizione. I have still like a lot of resolution to go before I actually bottleneck this headset. Now, Pimax and Big Screen Beyond came out with new headsets, but I just feel like I cannot even run these headsets. Maybe the Pimax I can do, but do I keep that sweet picture? Because I don't want to spend money and have it look worse afterwards. Now, if you are running a mid-tier graphics card, thinking like 3070 or maybe a 2080 Super, or maybe, I don't know, a 4060, something like this, I'm going to have to disappoint you. I'm sorry. You're not gonna have a great experience in VR. You just don't have the juice to have a nice picture. What I thought back in the day, or like a few years back, I was thinking like I will get a second-hand headset like the Pimax 5K or some other headset I tried, and I got really disappointed with the picture running at 3080. So I will show you some footage of whenever you have a 20 series graphics card. I will show you some footage of a 30 series graphics cards, and I will show you how my picture currently looks. And let's start with that right now. You can see on the display, if I'm zooming in, I can really see the dash, I can really see the temperatures, the ABS settings, even the super small numbers, the temperatures of the tires I can see in Assetto Corsa Competizione. I have the sweet shadows, and I can see far in the distance. I can really see the hill going up El Rouge. I can see all the building. It looks really freaking great, everything. But just know that I'm running Open Composite, OpenXR. My PC is halfway like debloated. I took a lot of crap out of the system to make it run this optimally. And just know that even with a 4090 with the HP Reverb that I'm running now, it's still very easy to bottleneck it when the sun is going down, or when we're on a Nordschleife with 100 cars. I really need to crank down the settings. So I'm very much bottlenecking my GPU with this headset. So this is the picture that I currently have with the HP Reverb. Now, if I wanted to go to a Pimax, although the resolution scale is somewhat the same than the HP Reverb, it's gonna be a bigger field of view. So I'm thinking we're gonna suffer some quality, but it has higher PDD. I don't really understand these things, so I still have to try it. But I just wanted to focus on the people that, let's say you have a 3080 right now. I'm gonna show you what kind of picture quality you can expect in Assetto Corsa Competizione. So, when I was running a 3080 with the Quest 2, this was basically the image that I have. I could like almost see the temperatures of the tires, but I could see the gear. I could really still read the race lap time counter, the blue lap time counter. I still had decent shadows and distance and everything, and I was running this on 72 FPS. So you can see the difference then in this quality compared to the 4090. This is already way more pixelating, and also I have like 18 less frames running this. So this will give you a real idea on what quality you can expect running a 3080. Now, if you're running a 3080 with ACC and you're going to go, let's say Nordschleife with a lot of cards, you need to drop that pixel density and resolution by a lot to keep that steady frame rate. So this is a little bit of a picture you can expect when you really need to drop down that resolution and the pixel density when you have a really full lobbies, or you try to stream on YouTube and have screen recorders in place, because that will also take some juice from your CPU and GPU, and then it's like this quality. Now, it's still like acceptable for me, but if I look at it right now, I'm like, yeah, this was basically like half the time when I was driving VR with my 3080 and my Quest 2. This was more like the quality that I had. The clip you saw before here was actually when like all things are in favor and there's not a lot of cars on tracks, so I can still like see the gears and maybe the speedometer if I get really close to it. But yeah, now I also tried out the Pimax 5K. This is what people refer to as screen door effect, and I'm not exaggerating this. If you buy a Pimax 5K, this is what you get: screen door effect. And if you look up reviews from different headsets and they say screen door, really, it is a big distraction in your VR environment. You constantly have this square windows all around you, and when you look up in the sky, yeah, you will have the screen door effect. So really, you want to have the high resolution so you don't have the screen door effect, but then again, you're gonna have massive frame drops with mid-tier GPUs. Now, what if you have a 20 series graphics card or a 1080? By the way, I'm referring to NVIDIA graphics cards. I don't know how the AMD graphics cards stack up to the NVIDIA cards, but this is just for reference. Like if you have a 20 series graphics card, like a 2060 or 70 or something, or a 1080, I don't know, and you wanna do VR, this is the picture quality you can expect. And then you should just stay on screens, because you cannot only see like the gear, and this is how it's actually looking. A friend of mine had a 20 series graphic parts, like a 2080 Super, and he had kind of this image, which was still immersive. You're still in the car, whatever, but it's so much distracting. You can basically not really, you're in a video game, and that really kills the immersion. I made a list with ChatGPT with the current headsets, what I am considering to buy. So, the Pimax Crystal, the expensive version, yeah, it has some sort of eye tracking, so it will upscale the resolution where you're looking, and it will downscale the resolution where you're not looking. So that will be super optimized for your GPU. But then again, it says on the list that it's like almost 2,000 euros. You still need lighthouses and everything. It's heavier than the Crystal Light. You got a battery on the back. You're constantly worried if it's gonna charge, yes or no, if it's gonna have juice. I would like, it feels a bit strange to buy that one. Obviously, it can look very nice. Still, this is still the headset I need to buy. I think when I replace this one, I will make a review out of that when I go for it. But we have 10 million pixels, and the resolution is only a little bit higher than the headset that I'm having right now. But we do have a lot of more field of view. So I am concerned if with the 9.3 million views with this resolution and this field of view, if the Pimax actually is gonna look nicer. It's gonna have more resolution. I'm bottlenecking my 4090 already with this headset. So is this gonna look better with the Pimax? I'm like, and I am running a 4090, so I probably get away with this. And if I wanted to, let's say, try iRacing or low or a Le Mans Ultimate, then these versions are better for VR, so I think that's okay. But for Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is way more heavy on your system, I'm having a hard time to believe that the Pimax, that it's going to look as pretty as it looks now. Plus, I will be set back this price. I don't know if that's accurate for me or for you, but this is just what ChatGPT came up with. So then I want to talk a little bit about the PowerMax 8K, because I can imagine if people were to wonder, okay, so yeah, the PowerMax Crystal Light, everybody will sell this. You're not gonna have a sweet picture here. It's way too much pixels, even for a 4090. Especially when you're running like a lower graphics card than me, you're gonna go into trouble, and you will not run you will just not get up to the proper frame rates to make that look pretty. So yeah, that's basically it. Now, I was talking about Assetto Corsa Competizione showing you this footage, but there is some hope on the horizon if you want to go into iRacing or Le Mans Ultimate, Automobilista. Even the old titles like Project Cars 2 are way lighter for your PC. So these games are actually more optimized for VR. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna talk a little bit about an example. If you, let's say, have iRacing, I was doing iRacing, yeah, like a few years back, I was really into iRacing, like Formula 3 and whatever. I was doing this in VR as well. And what I noticed is that in iRacing, the billboards, the trees, parts of the track, like not the track itself, but like the billboards or the barriers, whatever, they all not have to be rendered. They're just pictures. So you don't have like let's say ACC. If you have like the barrier or a tree, these are actual 3D models that need to be rendered. That's why it's so heavy for VR. It's absolutely not optimized for VR. Same goes for AC, like the normal Assetto Corsa. It's way lighter, but with the content manager and all the million shader patches, it also got very heavy. For iRacing, it's not gonna be that super heavy. I think you can do iRacing with a 20 series graphics card, and I think you can still have like a decent picture if you're not pushing the frame rates too high. Also, I was testing out Le Mans Ultimate with this headset, and I think it has more potential than ACC visually, but I did not see like a proper implementation of the software yet. That's why I'm just staying away from it right now. But I did some tests, and it can really look really sweet. So if you wanted to buy a VR headset for your PC, for sim racing or flight simulator maybe, you want to have a direct link from your GPU with a display cable to the headset. Because I'm not really sure, and this is why I also not want to have a Quest 3 or a Quest 2 or a Pico 4 or these headsets with a USB-C cable, because it's somehow some sort of a process needs to be packed and unpacked footage going through this USB-C cable, and I really think that's hurting your frame rates and your input lag as well. So if you really wanted to use the headset for sim racing only, check out if this headset is going to be directly linked with your GPU. Now, if you like this video and you want to create the best possible picture with a high-end GPU, I made a complete dedicated video for Assetto Corsa Competizione where I explain Open Composite, OpenXR, a lot of optimizations to get the best visual experience in VR. Thanks for watching.